Hello everybody, how are you doing? This is the Harbinger, this is Wingspan on Steam, and this is our opening hand. Not not too much to write home about here. We do have the Ribble, the Northern Goshawk, and the Eurasian Sparrowhawk. These are all white birds that you very much want to prefer to play later in the game. There is something to be said for playing either the Goshawk or the Sparrowhawk earlier because of we need something in the forest, but you don't want to play. You don't want that your first bird to be played to have no recurring effect, and these guys are just basically point bombs. So you don't want to play these guys. Rivals also point bomb that you want to play it towards the end of the game because you get to draw from the discarded bonus cards, and at the beginning of the game there's only the initial worst bonus cards to choose from. So then we are left with Northern Shoveler and Wilson Storm-Petrel. Both of these are decent enough birds to put into the wetlands. They are very expensive to play, so you wouldn't really, you don't really want you don't really want them. But if they if it's the only source, you are fine. And here Wilson Storm-Petrel is gonna be the thing I'm choosing because it basically is gonna draw us a lot more cards, so we can look at more cards faster, so we can get the rest of the engine setup. Since it's Oceania, we are getting that additional nectar, which means it's gonna be a lot easier to play out this guy. And besides the food we need to pick this guy, I'm gonna take a cherry and a grain because those are the most common foods to need for the forest. However, before we do that, let's just check out the bird tray here, and no, that does not change my opinion. What's in the bonus card selection? Wetland Data Analyst is usually it basically entitles us to have to we have to play 5 birds in the wetlands. We could do it, and the 38 centimeters is a decent start for that, but I think it's going to be a lot more achievable to pick 6 birds for 7 points here, and we already have one of the birds started. And platform nests are usually a nest you want to build because they have a high scoring birds as a part of their roster. Okay, so current goal is play out Wilson's Storm-Petrel and try to use him to find good birds to play in the forest and in the grasslands. And since we have no other birds here, we are getting a lot of draws here we can choose between. Okay, so all of these birds are pretty expensive. European Roller is never going to be played, so don't worry about that. Ash-throated Flycatcher is a decent bird to play towards the end of the game to give you a bunch of points if it fits. So we're not taking that either. So it's either the Hermit Thrush or the California Quail. California Quail lets us ignore the grasslands, so we can focus on a forest engine. But I don't know that that's precisely what we want to do. Because we kind of also have the Barn Swallow here that we kind of offers us to go in a grasslands direction. We don't want to build out a wetlands thing because that diminishes the value of the Storm-Petrel. So I think we will go with a Hermit Thrush here, a third star nest to play together with these guys. Maybe we can go with a Warbler thing here and have a pretty good activation of all habitats. It's not the worst thing I have ever seen here. That means we should probably try to pick up some more cards. because now we need to play out. We need to play out this guy and to be able to play out another guy. And basically we just want to have stuff around. I want to be able to get enough food to play out this guy in a single swoop, or maybe play another thing in the forest that's easier played with the food we have here, because this guy's pretty expensive, and we also need the food to play the warbler and something else. So let's take one more turn here and see what we can get. Neither of those are particularly interesting. Okay. That noisy miner there changes everything. He changes everything, but in what way? It's so sad that we can't pick the Black Swan here, because that's such a good card. But or high scoring card, but we have to take the setup cards here. This guy is a perfect reason for us to go into the grasslands, ignoring a grasslands, or I don't know if we are supposed to ignore the grasslands entirely, but he is so efficient in gaining good value in the forest that we really need to try to focus on that. Let's take that and also sacrifice a card we're not playing, so we can get the nectar, and they want to get that guy on board. So the bad thing about this guy is that he is not really. He isn't that good at getting food, so and he will run out of action. So maybe he actually is a perfect candidate for getting good value for a warbler play here. That actually also might be it. How's the opponent doing? The opponent has just a single bird there, so Hermit Rush wouldn't be a good play. Let's just do this. We are... what's our play here? I don't think we can afford to play two of these guys here. So, and after this we would have needed to play the warbler here and lay eggs, so we don't have access to more food unless the opponent gives us food somehow, which of course, if they are doing that, we are getting it now, but I don't think that that's within the realms of possibilities for us. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. Should we play out the warbler anyway? We need to spend we need to spend a nectar, so it's not the worst thing in the world. We just aren't gonna get the first trigger. 3 triggers of these guys is usually good enough, but ideally you'd want all 4 of them. But we can't always choose that. Of course, there's a very, very tiny chance we are getting a free vertebrate here that we can play out this guy, but we didn't. Okay, is there anything in the tray for us? Bonelli's Eagle is certainly something we can consider picking up here. Also, the Little Pied Cormorant could be a good play here, since we kind of plan to already have 6 correct birds for him for the platform builder thing. We have 2 more star nests in hand, so, and the Bonelli's Eagle would also be a good one. So I think we are gonna go here, pick up these 2 guys, and see what you can get here. Okay, so we are not too excited about, and yeah, Bonelli's Eagle is a perfect, or Cormorant is perfect fodder for Warbler at the end of the last round here. We don't care about the chat, we don't care too much about efficiency in, we don't care about the Blackbird, since we have a better one in the Noisy Miner. I think we go for Cassin's Finch here, and maybe try to find another bonus card that cares about nest types, since we have so many star nests. I think that's not the worst thing in the world to consider. Do we? I think we take some more cards there just to have some fodder to tuck to the noisy miner. Get some Lincoln Sparrows, get some Blue Throat. Jehuan Raven. Is that something we are playing? Oh, we're not taking anything of any of the others though. So this game just keep throwing us curveballs. Like, oh yeah, look at this bird now. So the main curse this game has currently is that we don't have enough food production to do anything grand. So we should probably, and we don't really have card production to sack that many cards over here either. So playing the Raven in the grasslands is a way to also give us. So what you can do is it's not a conventional ignore habitat thing, because we can get food while we're getting eggs. We can get eggs while we're getting food over here. But this guy can also help us eat out the eggs from the noisy miner, which is going to be important for not oversaturating that guy. And I just think this might be the correct play here. Even though it feels a little bit weird, but I'm all for just a little bit weird. So yeah, let's eat out that thing, and this time we will take 2 nectars. Now ideally we'd find another way to gain food. Maybe we play the Blue Throat in the wetlands there, so we can get food here as well. That's not the worst thing in the world. Then we could play the Blue Throat and the Born Swallow, or maybe also the little pied corn. No, we can only get that much food throughout this turn. So let's take another action here. Put these eggs down. Discard an egg from the miner. Take 2 more nectars, and then we'll play the Blue Throat, get some more egg space for the next round here. And okay, we have to put that there because that's the only place we have remaining egg capacity. And we are playing out you, and at the end of the round we're playing out this guy. Yeah, we oops. Then we are playing out. I'm doing like this. Okay. So currently I think we have good habitats in all habitats here, but they certainly are a little bit restrictive. Yeah, the habitats don't do what they usually are supposed to do. Anyway, spending eggs to draw more cards is better, so I think we will do that. A question here is, should we take the Great Tit? And I think it's a little bit late. We aren't gonna get enough uses out of this guy for it to be worth it. But having these additional spending eggs are cheap for us. We're getting eggs in multiple habitats, and cards, we can use cards to tuck to the Nels Eagle. We can tuck cards to the we're just getting power card after power card after power card. To be fair, these guys aren't that great without the proper engine support, but it's certainly a game here. So at this stage in the game, it's totally fine to make this guy become worse. As long as you don't fill out the final column, he will still draw us one card. We just don't get to choose too much what's on that card, and that's just totally fine as well. Let's see, how many birds has the opponent in forest now? They have 2. That means we can play the hermit thrush here and get additional value out of it, which I think is probably what we are gonna seek to do. Do we sack cards here? We have too many cards, so it's we don't have too many cards, but we have a lot of cards. It's not the worst thing in the world to spend a few of them now so we can get value out of them, rather than to save them towards the end of the game, where they are gonna no longer provide us that much value. Okay, now what's the second goal here? We could play the red-winged blackbird or the Franklin skull into the grasslands here to get more value out of this action, but I don't think it's the correct thing to do. We are already planning to play the Bonelli's eagle and the little pike cormorant, so we do have enough stuff for this guy. But yeah, anything, we need to at least go here and take the food we need. So let's take a vertebrae and reroll here, take a nectar, take fish, and then we get to take more food. This time we'll take another vertebrae, I think. And then we need to tuck something here. I'm gonna tuck the red-winged blackbird because this is just a more efficient version of this guy. And yeah. Put all 3 eggs into the wetlands because of the round and goal. Okay, what's the verdict here? We are equal. That means we could play another bird here and just put some eggs into here and be happy. But we will also have to spend both food and eggs at the end of the round to play a bird to the warbler. Thinky. Let's look at the opponent. They can still put more eggs into here pretty easy. However, if they are to play another bird, they will have to spend eggs out of here, while we have eggs other places we can spend. I think the okay thing here to do is to recognize there's very little time left in this game. We probably want to play the Cassin's Finch at the end of this round, so we should take the correct food for that. Then we can also lay eggs into the wetlands, and then we can base and plan to play these 2 birds in the next round with the resources we have. Yeah, I think that's a fine conclusion here. We don't have to sack more cards here. We want to sack the gold to the noisy miner instead. Okay, we do that. Then we take. It doesn't really matter. So take that. Let's take another fish here. And then we sack the gold to the noisy miner. And then they laid eggs. They now have 8 eggs. Okay, then we can also do that. We can also get up to 8 here, I think. Sacrifice food. That's gonna be vertebrae. And yeah, we have to remember to spend at least 1 egg off here, so the little pied cormorant can thrive. Do we take this food? I think we take this food. Just take some variety here. what did they do? They did draw birds. They have 8, so we can't spend eggs out of there this turn, but that's fine. We have eggs elsewhere to spend too. And here we get... yeah, we are not gonna get 3 more birds that eats grain. That's just not never happening. So, citizen scientist. We are already planning to play Vanilla Eagles. That's one of them. In theory, there is the 2 hawks that go in the forest that we could also play, but we know that we discarded them at the start of the game, so they aren't in the deck. So yeah, I don't think we can finish this, but I'm more positive that we can finish this than this. So that was really sad. Maybe we can get the brown-headed kiwi and sack that card for 2 good ones. That would have been really, really nice for us. In that case, we are gonna spend our first turn here to play out the little pied comment. It's gonna eat eggs of you to make space for itself to lay eggs later. And let's also eat an egg out of the noisy miner here. Yes, okay. Then we can draw 4 cards every time we go here, which is a lot better. Okay, take 1 egg there, and then we are done with laying eggs in the wetlands. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3 cards. We can we're drawing the 4th from the Wisdom Storm-Petrel. Are we happy with this? These guys are basically just detecting fodder to the eagle, so we do need another one. Let's discard an egg from the noisy miner to make some more space, and we get the gray teal. Not too excited about that. Gonna tuck this and draw another one. Reach a bowerbird. Okay, that's officially the last draw we have. Let's take nectar there. And let's see, common buzzard. Okay. Yeah, we are of course taking this guy because we don't have a choice. We can play the house wren into the Bonelli's eagle here. That's a nice thing. That will cheat out 2 more birds in this row for that bonus goal. Actually, you know what? This is something crazy that I usually never do, but what we could do here is we could do the house run into the Bonelli's eagle before we lay eggs, and we use the Monotonous Warbler's end of round thing to play the buzzard on top of the house wren. That way we get to lay some more eggs. That way we also get to the citizen scientist, and the house wren is worth 1 point, whether or not it's itself or it's tucked underneath the common buzzard. I think that probably is the correct way to approach this. We have 3 more turns. We play these, lay eggs, and then we get some food. Getting the food isn't it? We don't need the food per se, but we do need the action cube on here. Or we could just play this card straight out of the box here. But getting an in-between turn here lets us also net 3 points. So I think that's gonna be correct here. Okay, so we are playing out you spending eggs in the it's irrelevant where the eggs come from, as long as there are still egg spaces available on these star nests, which there are. So we do that. Then we are playing out Vanilla Eagle for a triple. For a double tuck because we need the final card. Then we're gonna play it also for a nectar here. We don't need a nectar for anything else. And 2 more eggs. Okay. Then we are gonna spend a food here a cherry and lay some eggs on birds that we don't care about filling up. Nothing on the house brand because that's gonna get eaten. But we can take some eggs over there and some eggs over here. We are this time not discarding, not eating an egg. Then we click done. I'm always like, no, don't skip. But yeah, we are supposed to click skip this turn. And then we are taking some random food for the tiebreak. Opponent has fewer birds than me, so we are skipping the hermit thrush. You don't have to activate birds if you don't want to. And we are tucking the black skimmer to the noisy miner. And then we are gonna do something I usually never do, which is playing the common buzzard. And we are playing it on top of another bird. We are playing it on the house wren, tucking it underneath, taking up to 4 birds there. And finishing off this bonus card while also giving us 4 more points from the play. And then we are laying 7 eggs on the little pied cormorant. So yeah, this guy fits very well together with Platform Builder, and that was why we picked him. And I think this game should turn out pretty okay. We didn't have the best cards to choose from in the end, but Wilson Storm-Petrel drew so many cards that we could get really deep into the deck and look at the cards we wanted to pick up. And all in all, I think it turned out pretty well. Warbler gave us 3 free plays, which I think is an okay value from him. I would love to have that free play in the first round as well. That would have led to us having more efficient turns earlier, saving a cube to play this guy, and so we would have one more action at the end of the game to maybe lay some eggs, maybe draw some more cards. I don't know if it would have been that impactful, but it's always nice to get these triggers off 4 times rather than 3. But 3 is often enough to be worth it. Luck-wise, picking up both the Noisy Miner and the Chihun Raven is really powerful. We even had a Franklin's Gold, but we didn't play him, so that's just how well lucky we were this game. But of course, it's not just luck. We did pick the Wilson Storm-Petrel at the opening hand because we wanted to draw a lot of cards, so we had a chance to see a lot of good birds, and that play really turned out. So basically we activated this guy 2 times, and we got to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12 cards, and because he got to look at 4 plus the 2, so we looked at 12 cards in 2 actions. And I think the Noisy Miner was the 12th card we looked at. So any other bird here that doesn't draw, if we had taken the Shoveler, for example, we would have gotten to the Noisy Miner in 3 activations rather than 2, but then it will have gone to the opponent. So the fact that this guy lets you look at so many cards and pick the best one, that's the major benefit of this guy. And as long as you don't fill out the remainder thing here, you are always gaining at least 1 resource from this guy. The sad thing about playing this guy as your first bird in wetlands is that you're basically starting the game by admitting that you are not gonna play wetlands engine this turn or this game, because this will basically be a dead card once you fill up the entire wetlands. But a game like this, where we have the Warbler, we kind of say, okay, we want all our habitats to be decent. Then it's really good because it lets you look at so many cards. It also offers us up the opportunity to play the Blue Throat, Little Pied Cormorant, and play other birds we usually don't want to play in habitats we want to activate because we want to have a decent engine, and these guys don't have activated abilities. But then again, if you play them towards the end of the game, the activated abilities doesn't really count as much as just getting up to the final row here. So when you play this guy, played the House Wren and the Vanilla Seagull, we were at get 2 eggs and pay for another one to get 3 eggs and pay for another one. So it's basically get another free egg by playing these 2 birds there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Harbinger playing Wingspan on Steam. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!